Hello, so welcome to Solar Tarot. This is your next eclipse pick a card reading, and this is for the solar eclipse in Cancer, for the new moon in Cancer on June 21st, 2020. Okay, so this is all about manifestations, new beginnings, what things that you probably have left behind on the last eclipse we had about a week ago. And this is to see what you're manifesting, some guidance from spirit of what can come into your life in this next chapter. Okay, so if you've not done a pick a card reading before, the idea is you meditate on all the crystals and then you pick your crystal of choice. It's an interactive reading. And then you go to the description below, find your timestamp, scroll to that area to see what your messages are. Okay, so to let you know, and by the way, if you do like this reading, please like the video, please subscribe, because I will be doing this periodically, nothing really kind of regular, just as and when I feel kind of guided to do so. So please like, please subscribe, and then I'm going to shut up now. Okay, so the first one is a rose quartz crystal. Okay, the second one is a fluorite. Okay, third one is turquoise, and the fourth one is citrine. All right, so you can skip this bit if you like, if you already know what card you want to pick. Otherwise, I'm going to ting my sound bowl, and for about 20 seconds, I'll allow you to meditate on the cards and see which ones you're most drawn to. From my own personal experience, I always know instantly which card I'm going for. So try not to be guided too much by the eye, but what you feel more drawn to. All right, so short little meditation begins now. Okay, so now we'll begin the readings. Okay, so those of you who chose the quartz, the rose quartz, this is your reading. So please note, I have pre-shuffled these just to save time, really. And we're going to see what your messages are. And if there's anything I need to clarify, I'll clarify with the Gilded probably. So your overall energy for this new manifestations on the 21st of June is the Chariot. So you are really driving forward, driving ahead. It's like all systems go. To clarify, let's see, we've got, the Wheel of Fortune, another major arcana, Four of Wands, and another major arcana, Death. Right. So this new change, it is divinely guided, and it is going to catapult you into the future. Let's see what your fulfillment, oh my goodness, your Sacred Essence card is fulfillment. So you are really, really driving forward. Okay. And then let's get the Moonology. Meditate and contemplate. Sorry, meditate and contemplate. Right, okay, so I think that is definitely some guidance coming through over there. And then we'll save this till after. Right. Okay, so immediately what I see happening is that I feel like you have been in a state of stagnancy. You haven't felt very fulfilled. You feel like perhaps your home or your stability or your future lifestyle hasn't been up to scratch, really. Basically, it's okay, but I feel like perhaps you've been a bit stuck. So it's almost as if the Wheel of Fortune has been landed somewhere in a particular area for way too long and you've been feeling very, very stagnant. So the reason why I'm saying that is because with the new moon coming in and bringing about new beginnings, this wheel of fortune is changing to all this fast, fast, fast motion. Okay, you are going to basically, you're taking a major leap towards changing your lifestyle, your home life. Okay, so the Four of Wands is typically structure. It's happy lifestyle, happy home. Everything is, it's numerology for number 4 is all about building solid foundations. And I feel like what's happening here is it's almost as if, it's like the last eclipse you had to let go, which is obvious because it was an eclipse to release that which no longer serves you. But it's almost as if perhaps you've done that process of letting go, but you have been in this phase of meditate and contemplate, maybe a bit too much. And so what is happening here is Spirit is coming in with this Wheel of Fortune, which is also considered divine timing. Okay, so everything needed its right timing. And it's taking a major shift, and Spirit is also coming in because major arcanas are all about currents. They're almost like predestined. This is when Spirit comes in and gives you that strong energy to take that leap of faith and be able to transform your home environment over there. So I feel like where you might have been, I feel like the last couple of weeks since the last eclipse, depending on when you're watching this, I feel like you have been in this real kind of transitional phase where you're not quite sure where to move forward to. But this is basically telling me that Spirit is coming in and driving that chariot forward. So the chariot forward, if you have a look over here, she's got 2 horses, one black, one white. And sometimes the horses can decide to go in opposite directions. And it's your job to make sure that you keep them on that narrow path, on that determined, this is what I want path. This is fast movement forward. So I wouldn't be surprised if you suddenly get a message or an opportunity that comes up really, really quickly, whereby you have to jump the gun because Spirit is coming in to push you in that area. And it's all about your home and lifestyle. Okay, so this is, even though it's wands, which can typically be kind of that fire energy to do with work and career, this is really about, okay, taking that major leap of faith and change into creating a better lifestyle for yourself. And where things have been stagnant in the past, we've got fast, full throttle movement forward. Fulfillment over here to remind us, and we've got a full moon over there, reminding us that you are reaching, after this eclipse, which would be a new moon eclipse in Cancer. So we're talking about things that are really kind of emotionally driven because Cancer is all about water. You are on your path to fulfillment. Okay, the peach is ripe for the picking and it tastes juicy. And by the time the next full moon comes, you are going to be right on the way. So where we've got a new moon now, you'll have a full month to get it to the climax of that fulfillment. So it's happening really, really, really fast. We've got some advice over here where perhaps you've been meditating and contemplating on this journey forward. I'm not sure with you actually physically moving, but that is definitely a travel card. So if it's not metaphoric, it is definitely literal moving. Meditate and contemplate. I feel like perhaps you've been stuck in the situation for a bit too long, and that's why divine timing is coming in. Okay, the Wheel of Fortune is coming in, the Chariot's coming in to like inject that energy in, and you've got this major transformation. All right. So you perhaps have been stuck a little bit in this Pisces emotional state here, where you want to make a new beginning, but you're kind of not sure which way to go. And it's coming for you. So it's choosing for you. It's giving you that real full throttle energy to pump forward. And all this would say is that once the decision is absolutely clear about this moving forward to this more fruitful, stable, secure, happy. It's like content lifestyle and home. That energy to get there, you might just need to be, because it's so fast, just remember to pause a couple of times just to take a breath. Okay, I just want to see what these energies are over here. Oh yes. Okay, so your angel card is visualize abundance in all forms. God gave you such spiritual power that everything you visualize eventually becomes reality. Hold a steady vision of that which is beautiful, healthful, positive, and filled with blessings. That is what you will experience. So I feel like maybe this meditate and contemplate. I feel like perhaps you've been stuck a little bit in that feeling of kind of problem solving, that kind of, well, we could do this, but I'm not actually sure it's going to work. And you've been kind of looking at a new beginning, but you're not quite sure. It's like you want a new beginning. You want a happier health lifestyle. You want a more secure home environment, but you kind of don't know how to go about it. And you've been meditating, contemplating on this. And with that, what I see that perhaps has been happening is you have been maybe focusing a little bit, spending a bit too much time problem solving. And when we problem solve, we tend to look at negative outcomes. We tend to project backup plans in case this doesn't happen, or this doesn't happen, this doesn't happen. You've always got to express the possibility or have a plan of it not going to plan. So it accounts for that. But the angels here are telling you to visualize the abundance. Okay, so you need to visualize this, and they're coming to help you for that. So that's why I feel like perhaps you have to be a little bit more aware of your thought processes. Try and be aware of where your thoughts are heading. Are they heading on an upward positive spike, or do they tend to kind of sit at the bottom of like, okay, well, this won't happen, this won't happen, and this won't happen, or I need to problem solve around these areas. Don't problem solve. You just need to focus on the goal. Okay. Oh wow, this is a very interesting energy. We've got for your oracle card, no, wait, postpone, pause, say no. Ooh. Ooh. And then we've got a new earth, it's happening, keep holding the vision, which is very similar to that. Let me see why this is fitting in like this now. Because you're definitely jumping forward. Right, I think what is going on here is that you have fulfillment coming towards you, okay? You've got the Wheel of Fortune switching in your favor, and your focus is on your home life and your lifestyle, as in secure, stability, security, okay? Strong foundations. And then we've got the Death card over here. So the Wheel of Fortune is flipping things in your favor. But the transformation that's going to happen is something that you don't expect. Well, maybe we'll have to clarify that. So it looks like you're like all systems go to reach your fulfillment, but perhaps your fulfillment is actually where you are, but just in a totally different paradigm. Because we've got a new earth, it's happening, keep holding the vision with your abundance card over here. So this might not necessarily mean a physical move, but a more spiritual take on your current situation. I need to clarify the Death card here. Let's have a look at what's happening with the Death card. Why is Death here, please? Why is Death here, please? Why is Death here, please? Oops. Okay, we'll take this too. Knight of Cups, so there's you charging forward, fueled with the passion and the emotional abundance of the new moon. And then we've got the Devil card in reverse and the Three of Wands. Oh, I see. Okay. So the Devil in reverse talks about no longer holding on to toxic situations, toxic relationships, things that no longer serve you, things, manipulations, that sort of stuff. And the Three of Wands in reverse, upright, this is called like the waiting card, waiting for your ships to come in. You've got the two wands firmly in the ground. You've got the third in your hand. It's a 3, so it's all about creativity, creating new pastures for yourself and waiting for your ship to come in. But it's in the reverse, okay? So what this is telling me with the Death card is that you are absolutely charging forward with this Chariot card. You want to make a change. You realize what has not been serving you. You've gotten rid of that. You've released that in the last eclipse. The Wheel of Fortune is turned in your favor, and all you want to do is charge ahead, okay? Because this person is impatient. They don't want to go, they're tired of waiting. They're sick and tired of waiting. They've been in a period, you've been in a period of being stagnant for so long that now that you get this green light with the Wheel of Fortune, you're like, okay, let's do it, let's do it, let's do it. So you're not prepared to kind of have patience, and that is clarifying the Death card over here. So what this tells me is that there's more to the story. You need to pause and meditate and contemplate for a bit here. This is going to happen. This is coming to you, okay? But you don't have to make a major shift. That shift is coming for you, so you just need to be open to it. So the message really here is for you that things are going to be moving for you towards your abundance and fulfillment, as long as you can keep focusing on the positive. The new earth, your sense of what makes you feel happy and secure in terms of the vision of how you identify your happiness is. And this is again comes down to the contemplate and visualizing your abundance. You really need to understand what it is you want. That's the biggest lesson. You've got to understand what are the things that make you happy. You need to identify what that is. And once you figured out that, you need to ask again yourself, why is that? Why does that represent happiness to me? Okay, so forget about any other people involved. Forget about any sort of contracts and relationships. We're talking about you within yourself. What makes you happy? What gives you that fulfillment? What makes you feel rich and abundant and healthy and prosperous? Okay, once you figure out that, then you can visualize, okay? Because the new earth is coming to you. It's almost like it's shifting into your arena here. And with the no, wait, postpone, pause, say no, it's telling me that this huge shift that's going to be happening, it's going to be happening for you. Don't force it. Don't charge forward too heavily because you are impatient here. This is the waiting card. You're not up for waiting. You just want to charge forward. And Spirit is saying, no, wait. Just pause a moment. And even though this feels like a conflicting energy and I've gone sort of from one area to another, this card jumped out. All these cards jumped out. So I know that this is meant to be here. So what it is saying is that the Wheel of Fortune is coming in your favor. You have the energy to drive forward, but there is something that still needs to be cleared up. And I think what that boils down to for you is not only understanding what your abundance means to you, because I think you might be charging forward a little bit too much in the physical realm without really exploring that internally, because you might just jump from one situation to another. You might just move home from one situation to another, change your part from one situation to another, and you experience the same patterns as before, because all you're doing is you're changing the outward, the exterior reality, and really you need to be changing internally first. And once you do that, the shift happens. So it's telling you, even though you've got this energy to throttle forward, your fulfillment is there once you kind of I hate to say this, but I feel like you need to just spend a bit more time. I know you're impatient. I know you're impatient. It's been stagnant. But you might not have still recognized the value and lesson in patience. And it might feel like, no, you've been patient, you've been patient, you've been patient. But with, you see, we've got weight here, you know, with this element of weight, have you been patient or have you been waiting? Because waiting is basically living in the future, not really experiencing the now, and projecting in the future what you're waiting for, and you're focused on that goal to charge forward. And so I feel like what they're coming in, the divine time is coming in to do it, but it's saying you've got one more lesson to learn for this new beginning. You really need to embrace this element of patience, because all patience is really appreciating the present moment here and now without jumping forward. Once you can do that, the jumping forward becomes absolutely delightful, because you enjoy every tiny little step you get onto the future, but you're not the future yet. Okay, the future will never exist. Never happens. It never arrives. Okay, so that fulfillment, you need to find that within yourself, and you need to really explore this element of patience, and really kind of feel the edges of it. Just sit with it. Just kind of try and identify why it is that you might be feeling impatient and this drive to move forward. And so it comes like a big lesson for you. And once you're able to sort of just stop, breathe, really have a look what's around you, and really have a look what's around you inside, that's when things will move forward. So those are your messages for group number 1. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it resonated. If you did like the video, please like, subscribe, and comment below. I read the comments, quite exciting. And I will see you next time. Okay, so fluorite. Those who chose fluorite, this is your reading. Right, your overall energy for this new moon, Fortune's Wheel, good Lord. So the Wheel of Fortune, which would be the traditional card in tarot, looks like it's turning in your favor. It's number 10 in numerology. 10 breaks down to a 1. So you've reached both the end of one cycle and being a 10, the finality of that. And when you add 1 and 0 together, it's 1. So the end becomes the beginning again. Okay, that ring. Fortune's Wheel. Right, what else do we have for you? Oh my goodness, we've got the Fool, Major Arcana, Ace of Wands, new beginning, new project, new work, new passion. The Moon, okay, so maybe some situations are not that clear at the moment. Security, security. It's not often you think about security when you think about charging forward in the Fool's spirit. But there we go. There we go. Your dreams need a practical plan. Full moon in Taurus. Come. You can stand up. Sorry about this, guys. I wanted to stand up for you. Let's plop you there. There we go. Your angel message. Words of abundance. You have the ability to instantly manifest abundance by choosing powerfully positive words. Always describe your own and the world's economic situation in loving and optimistic terms, and that is what you will attract for yourself and for others. Plop you over there. Your work, your light oracle card. Nice. The ever unfolding rose. Cracked open, it's happening for you, not to you. And then Starseed, big picture thinking, Pleiades energy, visionary, inspired ideas, which comes in nicely under there. Right, so for group number 2, those who chose Fluorite, we've got something that is really happening in your favor. So Fortune's wheel is coming in with this full energy. The full energy jumps ahead in new projects, new ideas, takes a risk, a leap of faith, and knows that he's filled with all this energy and momentum for this new beginning. And just, it's so perfect because this eclipse that's coming up, new moon in Cancer, solar eclipse, but in Cancer, that kind of energy, that the emotional energy that comes with the watery sign of Cancer. And interestingly, this is also a Cancer card here with the moon. You see, you've got the crab down over there. You are really jumping forward with a new idea. We have this Ace of Wands again. So we've got two beginning cards, okay? Something is driving forward. I feel like this could be a kind of a work project. This could be a new beginnings in terms of if you're working in a job. It could be a new department. This could also be, it feels like you might be setting and venturing off on your own in terms of a new project, a new business, creating your new business, and you're driving forward with that. And the reason I'm drawn to that is not only because of the wands with that passion energy, but your dreams need a practical plan. So I feel like what's happening over here is you want to jump ahead because Wheel of Fortune's come in your favor, but you are maybe, you see the Fool he's so innocent, you know, he's not really tried. It's a brand new beginning, a brand new start. He's not really tried this before. And I feel like while this is so exciting, you've got so much fast energy with this new this next eclipse that's coming up, is that maybe you might be overlooking some of the practical details. Okay, we've got your dreams need a practical plan and big picture thinking. All right, so I feel like what is needed over here, particularly because the moon card is there, but we'll get into that at the moment, in a moment. Your dreams need a practical plan and big picture thinking. So I feel like what this new step that you're going to be coming into, and it could obviously be a new relationship as well, a new partner, but I feel like it's more of a project. Okay, it's more of a business venture. It's more of a like even if you're setting off by yourself and moving, but it's going to be like a career where your career is your work, your home, and your home is your career, that sort of vibe. But what this is telling me is that while you've got all this beautiful, young, innocent, enthusiastic energy to drive forward, you might be overlooking some of the practicalities of it, okay? So nobody can live off air. Well, actually the Pleiades can, but that's beside the point. We're human beings. So you can't live off air. You need to make sure that the basic necessities are accounted for. Now, even if you've got this, you're jumping into something completely new, that's great, that's fantastic, and Spirit has your back for it because it's brought in the Fortune's wheel, okay? This new beginning would not have happened unless the wheel had not been at an ending previously, okay? So this is definitely coming in for you, and it's very, very strong, but it might be like all of a sudden you've got this rebirth of energy and you're not looking at the detail, and it's telling you to look at the detail. Okay, dreams are there to, you need to have that abundance and speak that abundance, but dreams are here to realize. I mean, that is the whole point on life. The whole point of the human existence is to have our dreams, have our goals, and work out how to apply the physical aspect to our dreams. Everyone has goals and dreams, and usually it can be considered a physical thing, you know, like I have a very successful business, I have a loving partner, I have a beautiful big house, you know, those are all physical things in the physical world, and that's all good and well, but the challenge of the whole human existence is to have your ideas and connect your ideas, your passions, and your sense of spirit into the practical physical world. Okay, so what that means is that you need to apply this beautiful, fiery, passionate energy. This is all like this is a fire in your belly. This is saying yes, yes, yes. You've got all this energy to drive forward. But you need, this is all kind of, these dreams, this is all in the mental body, in the emotional body, in the spiritual body. And what you're really missing out on is the earth factor. You need to earth it and ground it in the physical plane, okay? So you need to really jump ahead. It's telling you jump ahead. You've got the A-OK from the spirit to do that. But I think you need to exercise a little bit of caution and just look at the practicals, the real boring bits, okay? Because the big picture thinking also comes into that as well. You are a visionary. You are inspired by these ideas, okay? And these ideas, I know from looking at the spread, this is for a sense of service to humanity. It can be creative in terms of, it could even be something creative as in with art, but it's for the collective. It's serving the collective. It could be with having an epiphany of how you can make money from doing something that you're passionate about, and that it serves and works for the right now, the situation that we're in the current climax. It seems to fit the bill, and that's what you're so excited about, okay? And that is big picture thinking. That's Pleiades energy. So the Pleiades are a constellation of stars that live near the Taurus constellations, I believe it. But visionary, you are that visionary. You are that leader. You want to make that happen. But you can't just make it happen through speaking your ideas and talking about it. You need to embed it in the ground. You need to embed it in those practical things. So you really need to look at the nitty-gritty. That is going to be really, really helpful for you, because if you do that, you're going to have that long-term security, okay? That security that is founded, that is structured, where perhaps you feel like you have you don't want to just sort of jump off. You can, but we've got the moon card here. So what the moon is telling me is that things are not as they seem. There's a bit of delusion coming in here. There's a bit of not so much clarity on the situation. And with the fluorite crystal as well, fluorite is helps to bring in balance into the mental body, okay? This is neither getting too excited and also understanding how to make decisions. So the fact that you were drawn to this makes perfect sense. You need to this is coming in because you need to really focus on the practicalities and having that clear vision, because that is going to bring you the security. And I feel like you also might be feeling the security, sense of security from this big picture thinking. So this new idea, this new prospect that you are jumping off on, it's saying absolutely go ahead, go ahead, go ahead. But that big picture thinking and those inspired ideas is coming in, also coming in from the universe, okay? It's coming in from spirit with that fortune's wheel and that Fool card. Those are major arcanas, right? Fortune's wheel is like divine timing. So this is coming in saying yes, 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 yes. And with that big picture thinking and that visionary of moving forward, that is also going to create the stability and the security that you need, because you know that the universe has your back. The universe is saying, yes, we support this. We will encourage you every step of the way. But you do need to make take a moment to just look at the smaller details, because the moon is coming in here to say things are not as they seem, okay? So it's great to go forward with an idea, but you also need to be able to be a bit more fluid and not so stringent. So if you've got a very clear picture of what you want, and you create your practical plans for it, and it goes a completely different direction, you need to be able to wash with that and flow with that, because things look like, even though everything is supporting you for it, it seems like there's something that's hidden from you, okay? And that can only be revealed in time, but I will clarify that. And this words of abundance card over here, I feel like you need to be also very, very careful. You see the world's economic situation. That's why I think you moving forward in a project, a business venture, and you're setting out, you've never done this before. This is like new territory for you. And I feel like what you need to be very, very careful about when pitching your ideas to friends and family or business people, when pitching your idea and talking about your new venture forward and this new idea that you have, you need to be very careful about the words that you use, because when you're thinking about something that's going to have a big impact on the collective, okay, with this big picture thinking, you need to ensure that you are bringing and attracting all the universe's support, and you're not using words that might have like kind of a low vibrational field. So for example, say I want to start a business and I know that it's going to be, you know, environmentally friendly and da 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 da, and I know that by combining this aspect and that aspect and these things that have never been done before, I know that I can create a prosperous business for myself, abundance for myself, and I'm contributing to the collective, okay? But if I go around saying, you know, everything's so polluted, our oceans are full of plastic and people don't give a shit about, and that's why that's why I'm drawn to move forward, that's not going to serve you, okay? What you need to be doing is focusing on the positive, focusing on that bigger picture, focusing on how it's serving you and serving others. And by serving yourself, you do serve others, because you lift your vibrations, you operate on a high frequency of love, and you start to really notice and identify that everyone around you is a reflection of yourself to a certain degree. Things that don't work out well are triggers for things that you need to address inside, and the beauty that you see around the world are reflections of you, literally just from a different perspective. Okay, so it could be that something that you're working on as well could be to do something to do with words, maybe some writing, maybe you're going to become a writer, maybe you are thinking about how the power of words and the spoken words and the resonance frequency can empower other people. That would be very, very positive for you. So so it's saying absolutely yes, but I just want to quickly clarify this moon card, if they will allow me to. Oh, hang on a second, I just need some of these cards as well. The moon, the moon, the moon. Moon. Can we please clarify the moon card? Okay. So this one jumped up by Fortune's Wheel. Got something to do with that. Okay, so investing for the future and awaiting process. Okay, so we've got Seven of Pentacles. The Magician, you are manifesting this new beginning for the bigger picture. The King of Cups, because you feel emotionally, and that would make sense with this eclipse in Cancer, because it's all about emotions, and we've got the Cancer card here. Of course, you can also be dealing with a Cancer, but I don't like to really specify the zodiac, because I find they never usually apply, and usually people just say all 12 zodiacs, and then you're stuck, you're back to square one. But we've got the King of Cups, and we've got the 10 of Wands. So I feel like what's going to happen over here with the Moon card coming in, the illusion, the situation that you might not see that clearly, is either you need to be working with somebody else, or someone's going to be coming in that's really, really helpful on a kind of a support level for this venture, but it might feel like you've got a final little burden to carry. Okay, so it feels like you've got a responsibility that you didn't realize you had starting off on this new venture, but it is a 10, so it is a burden that you need to carry. But look, he's on his feet, he's moving up the road, so he knows he can make that, he knows he can carry that extra responsibility. So I feel like really the messages, and while it might feel like so the Moon card is really coming in, I think, to say firstly your advice here is make practical plans. Okay, do your step-by-step plans. It's great, you've got the passion, the drive to, and the motivation to move forward, and it feels like it's going to be creating a better life for everyone. but it will, because your frequencies that you emit, they do bleed out into the collective, okay? And but the thing that you're not so there's an area of this that there's a responsibility, and which might require a period of waiting, a period of sowing in your seeds, and playing the waiting game, thinking ahead. It's all about thinking ahead, that bigger picture, thinking ahead. But you have the magician here, so you have the manifestation, you have that power, you have all the elements to be able to create this happen. But I feel like that is going to really transpire in how you see and how you handle a responsibility to I feel like this is someone else that is coming in for you. So if this would be okay, so it could obviously be a water sign, but really he's a very emotionally mature man who's like still waters run deep. He has felt every emotionally that he has under the sun more than any of the kings, and he understands how to guard his temper, he's emotionally intelligent, okay? But it could also be a type of father figure as well, a kind of person who perhaps is going to help you with this new venture. And I feel like there might be an extra little burden, a responsibility that you need to account for, but you will have the opportunity to do so. And then we've got the ever unfolding rose, cracked open. It's happening for you, not to you, okay? So this is a reminder for if this new venture and everything's working forward, and all you want to do is you want to create that happiness for yourself and a bigger picture to serve other people and find your security now that fortune's wheel is in your element. It might feel that any other little hiccups that you have along the way, you might feel like, oh, maybe this is a sign, maybe I shouldn't be doing it. And you need to treat every burden and every unknown feature as if it is a gift from spirit, okay? Because things are never clear cut. We never, ever, 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 ever know how things are going to pan out. We always know in retrospect, you can see the lessons of the past and kind of determine and notice, oh my goodness, if that didn't happen, I would not be doing this, you know? So just remember that when you have moments of uncertainty, it is happening for you, okay? It is happening for you. The rose is blooming and blossoming in your favor. So those are your messages for group number 2, Fluorite. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope that it resonated. If it did and you liked it, please like this video, comment and subscribe. It's totally free, of course. And good luck with this venture, and I'll see you next time. Okay, bye. Okay, so group number 3, those who chose turquoise. Okay, so the turquoise, firstly, this is about the throat chakra, and it's also about it's also used in many cultures for it's like the traveler's stone. It's like for protection for traveling, but also with the throat chakra, this is all about communication and expression and creativity. So it's quite interesting that you picked up on that one. Let's see what your messages are. Okay, so your overall energy for the eclipse on the 21st of June. Sorry guys, it's the Tower. Okay, so something fast and furious is coming in. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad thing, okay? We're going to clarify. But something is coming in, spirit is coming in to get rid of foundations that are no longer supporting you, that have actually really not supported you at all, ever. And they're coming in with full force to crumble that, to create a new tower, a new beginning for yourself. But let's see how this transpires. Let's go for, oh, we had 4 cards that jumped out for this one as well. So 4 of Cups, okay, so maybe a bit of complacency, perhaps a little bit of boredom. I'm not seeing the 4th cup that's been offered by Spirit. We've got the King of Pentacles. This could be you, an earth sign, or it could be someone else in your arena. But this, the energy for it is really about thinking long-term, about kind of stability and long-term security. He's focused about everything that's going to affect him in the physical plane. Then we've got the Hierophant. Okay, so this is organization, spirituality, playing by the book, regulations, that sort of vibe. And then we've got the Six of Pentacles, which is this equal exchange, reciprocal, you know that word, reciprocal, give and take, harmony, money, very earthy, this reading. Let's see, I can see what's happening so far. We got delight coming in. Okay, so something's going to bring in a great big of delight, especially with the Tower card coming in. Something's going to happen really quickly with this Tower. You're not going to see it coming, but it's going to be, in retrospect, it's going to pull you out of this kind of complacency, kind of stuck vibe. Okay, your angel card. Positivity, faith, and optimism. You open the doorway to positive experiences and opportunities with your positive expectations and energy. Do not allow negative energy or temporary setbacks to interfere with the path you're on. Keep the faith and keep going. Yes, I definitely know I'm on the right track with this one. Your Work the Light card is Awakening. Energetic upgrades, a new way of being, integration. Let's see exactly. Breath of the cosmos, my will to thy will, micromanaging the universe. Okay, so there you are, an all-powerful being, and you have the ability to manifest what it is that you truly desire. Let's put this over here. Oh my goodness. And then surrender to the divine full moon. Beautiful. Okay, so those of you who chose turquoise, I'm delighted to tell you that your concept, your perception of the world and yourself within the world is going to take a massive shock, but for the better. I see where you have been perhaps stuck in the physical realm in terms of how to create your long-term security and abundance through only working with the physical structure of the world. The Tower is coming in for this spirituality. So basically what's happening is you are having an awakening. If you have no idea what this is and this is pretty new to you, then basically what that means is that your eyes, the veil is being lifted, and you're suddenly going to wake up to your divinity and your power, your limitless power, how you're connected to others on a deeply, deeply spiritual level, and how the workings of the world in the physical realm with this earthy energy over here is all but a reflection of your inner thoughts. Okay, so, and everything over here, everything confirms it. Okay, so you have been stuck in that that sort of, it's not like a stalemate, it's more like you've got a good deal going on. You know, things are okay at home, things are okay with work, things are, you know, you're managing to get by. It's all fine, you know, partnerships or relationships, they're all right, you know. Nothing is grand, you know, nothing is exciting, but you're just a bit like, they're okay, but you don't feel fulfilled, okay? You don't feel fulfilled. And he's not really even noticing that this cup is being offered by heaven to him, the third, because he's like, well, you know, I've got 3 cups and they're full with, you know, water, which is your emotions. I mean, I'm okay, I'm satisfied, but he's not really satisfied. And here we have this 4th cup, which 4 then represents structures and stability, long-term stability, and solid foundations. That is being offered by the heavens, okay? And we've got the Hierophant here, which is all about taking a new quest, a spiritual quest, finding your spirituality. And it could be that you follow a guru, or you just start meditating, and you start to really identify internally what the learning structures are for you. So what are your ethics? What are your morals? And how does that manifest in the real world? How is it showing up in the real world? I feel like perhaps you've been a little bit disheartened with the physical plane around you, but what's happening is you're actually going through a spiritual awakening, and that's where the Tower is coming in, okay? It's going to crush your world in terms of everything that you thought you knew which has been built on false foundations and false understanding and pre-programmed when we were babies and when our parents and our grandparents and before then for decades and generations have all been programmed with this limiting belief systems, which is all about duality and polarity, and not this kind of connection with I want to say the divine, but actually we are all divine. We're all connected, this sense of oneness. And you are starting to have that awakening. You have an energetic upgrade. So your spirit guides, whether you are aware of them or not, you have guides that surround you, that help you. I'm sure wherever you are at your age now, it's almost certain that at some point in your life you crossed the road and spirit jumped in and saved you without you even realizing. Okay, these things happen all the time, and so your spirit guides are around, angels are around, passed down loved ones are around, and they're helping you get these energetic upgrades. Okay, you are experiencing a new way of being, and that's why it's coming with the Tower, because you don't see it coming. You're like, okay, maybe you're okay with things, but spirit's coming in. No, right, you need to look at this again. You are starting to, and I think these sorts of awakenings can happen to us, or we can invite them in. I feel like it's been a little bit of both with you. The Tower is definitely coming in and uninvited and saying, right, this needs to happen, and it's going to feel absolutely delightful. But I think also you've also been bringing it in slightly as well. We've got the Leo energy over here with the lions and the lamb. So the lamb and the lions, you see, the lion would ordinarily eat the lamb, but the lamb is obviously a very spiritual animal, and the lion is all about courage and determination, sometimes a bit too much pride actually, but that's why it's telling you to don't allow negative energy, which is ego-based pride, coming in. But you can coexist, you can be together with have the spirituality of the lamb and the courage and be king of the jungle, but of your own jungle, through the positivity and faith and optimism that you hold dear. And I think that is why partly you've brought this in for yourself, but mostly it's others that are coming in to do this for you. So it could be that someone, I feel like this is your energy. So I do feel like you're an earth sign, especially because we've got the Six of Pentacles here. But with the King of Pentacles, I feel like you're pretty stable. You know, things are good. You're right. You're just not fulfilled, you know? You're like, you really are looking for long-term stability, but more than just what the spiritual plane offers, because it's kind of not enough. You're kind of feeling, you know what, I'm good, but you know, it's all right, you know, that sort of vibe. And that's where this Hierophant comes in. You start seeking. You might have someone that comes into your life actually that just opens a gateway for you, opens a new concept of thought. Basically, all it really is, it's shaking up the belief systems that you've been working on now and changing into a whole new beginning with this eclipse that's coming up. And there we have the Six of Pentacles, this balance, this equal give and take. So not only will this be financially helpful for you, but this is going to really be a give and take. You're going to be finding somebody else. You're going to be finding more people who operate on this level. So it might be that people that you have worked with in relationships, you have dealt with in the past, they're no longer they no longer work for your belief systems, and it means that you might have to let them go, but it means that new ones are going to come in. New experiences, new relationships, new ways of thinking are going to come in. It's going to be this beautiful give and take flow. Ooh la la, ooh la la. And then we've got the breath of cosmos. So the breath of cosmos, my will to thy will, micromanaging the universe. You are going to start to see with the spiritual awakening how powerful you are, and how your positivity, faith and optimism is really going to kind of redesign and recreate your whole reality. This is you creating your whole reality from the smallest, tiniest detail to the largest that you could push and push and push yourself to try and imagine, but you couldn't possibly imagine. And you stretch your imagination and you are starting to really flow with the universe. You're really starting to flow with that energy because you're starting to understand it. And you're understanding it when you surrender to the divine, okay? The divine has your back, okay? It is delightful, okay? This awakening that you're happening, it's a gift, it's a gift, it's a gift. You lift the veil up and you start to understand. You start to really understand why disappointments have happened in the past, why perhaps you haven't been fulfilled in the past, why this person did that person. It doesn't really matter anymore because you understand it. And when you understand that, with this tower coming in, this awakening happening, you are surrendering to the divine. And by surrendering to the divine, you are becoming connected with all that is. You're becoming connected with oneness, okay? And that's where you can start to really manifest and create your own reality. Woo! So I spoke so fast. I'm just really, really, really excited for you because I've really been through this, and it was an incredible experience. You get highs and you get lows because the lows will end up being later down the line when you have to address the things that you perhaps shoved under the carpet for too long, you know, your own shadow work. So that would need to come at some point. But this awakening you're having is going to shift you into this almost euphoric moment, and very much on a spiritual basis. So congratulations. And that is what the eclipse is going to bring you. So I'm very excited for you. Welcome to the family. And have a wonderful, wonderful next couple of weeks. Take care. Bye. Okay, so group number 4, those who chose Citrine. This is your reading. Now, first of all, Citrine crystal is all about the solar plexus chakra, okay, the momentum drive moving forward. So I feel like perhaps you were drawn to this because you're needing that energy. But let's see what your overall energy is. Transformation. Okay, so this would be traditionally the death card in tarot. So big, it's death and rebirth, basically. Transformation, changing from one state to another, the butterfly from the cocoon. Okay, and then we've got your tarot. We have the Chariot, major arcana, lots of momentum driving forward. 8 of Pentacles. Okay, so hard at work. And the 2 of Swords, the end of a stalemate situation where you're starting to get clarity. Let's see what else we have. Embracing. Okay, so I feel like this new moon in Cancer, which is also solar eclipse. The Cancer is all about emotions. Cancer, water, emotions. I feel like you are, it might be quite emotional for you. Let's see what else we have. We'll get to that. Release resentments about money. Yes, the money system of the world can seem upsetting, but holding resentments about finances just pushes your abundance away. Instead, see money as a tool you can use to better the world, and this shift will help you attract support and golden opportunities. Okay, so we definitely have some fear-based energy coming in, which is making you quite emotional. Then we have, ooh la la, warrior woman. Have you answered your deepest calling? Okay. Moonology card. Nice. Prosperity lies ahead. New moon in Taurus. Okay, and Taurus is all about finance and property and things in the physical plane, really earthly things, right? And then we have Star Ancestors. Hidden secrets, lost wisdom. Look a little deeper. Right, okay. So I know what's going on here for you, group number 4. You have been a little stuck a little stuck in the physical realm. And what I mean by that is on the 3D plane, the 3D plane of limiting belief systems, having this this believing that you have to work super hard to make any money, make any status for yourself in the world, that money doesn't come easily, that you have to almost suffer and be in pain to create your abundance. And these are the old sort of paradigms. These are the 3D ways of thinking, that you have to do these things that you don't want to do because you can't get what you want unless you do those things. But the issue here is that so I'm just losing my train of thought there. What happened there? When you go into something that you're not actually passionate about doing, or you actually resent doing in the first place, you're never going to get that abundance, because it's never, the flow is not going to be. You've got to give freely to be able to receive freely. That give and take and flow. The minute you apply a certain negative energy field on money, because money is just an energy, right? You are limiting the abundance coming in, which is obviously what this card is talking about. But it's saying to you that you have been stuck in the old paradigm, and you need to you've got the answers within. You know, deep down inside, you know that life should be a blessing. It should be abundant. It should be prosperous. You know this deep down, but you've been struggling with it's like mind conditioning and programming from your parents and their parents, or the people that you're surrounded by. They all have these limiting belief systems, and you know, you become who you hang around with as well. Those have been shaping your concept of how to create your own success through the money route. The money route, the success route, the status route. You have been saying, well, this much money equals this much success and happiness. This much success equals fulfillment. And it kind of doesn't work that way. It works more in the sense of, I am a rich and powerful being within myself, and I know that transfers into other areas of life. So I feel like the new beginning that you're going to be experiencing with this new eclipse is basically this transformation. You're going to be stepping out of that 3D gear of you can only get success through pain and suffering. And what I mean by pain and suffering, hard work is hard work. Hard work can be loads of fun and challenging and exciting, and hard work can also be, you know, working all the hours of the day, being absolutely fatigued, not able to sort of move forward, feeling completely trodden on. You know, those are two types of hard works, but it's your perspective of how you add, how you perceive hard work. Okay, and it seems to me like by this that previously you've been in that state of that you can't achieve anything. You can't achieve goals unless you play. It's not like playing by the rules, because those rules don't actually apply. Your transformation is coming in where you are going to start to change the rules. Okay, we all live by a set of rules for ourselves. Okay, part of those rules are how we were brought up to believe. Another part of those rules is your society in which you live in. And your culture. Part of what those rules are based on your own life experiences that you've had. And from all of these aspects, you've created your own belief systems, okay? And there'll be millions within that, and there'll be a larger form of that, okay? The transformation that's happening for you is you are going to start to change those rules. Your limiting beliefs and your belief systems is taking a change. It's transforming into something new, and you're going to be working on it, and that's going to be charging you forward. And once you do that, this hard work that you've been doing so far, working to the late night, you know, trying to get something right, being a perfectionist almost, but really exciting. This is going to be changing from suffering and being really tired and trying to get through it, to, oh, this is so exciting, I just can't stop. Okay? That is going to give you that energy, because we've got the Chariot here, that driving forward. You're going to be really, that transformation is going to really change your perspective, and you're going to start to see something in a whole new light. And that is going to make you feel at the end of that stalemate. So upright, this card represents a stalemate, kind of damned if you do, damned if you don't. You kind of can't really see clearly because she's blindfolded, and you've got two swords in front of you, which is the mental body, but the polarity, that duality that's crossing over her heart in that protection mode, and she doesn't know which way to go. You are reaching the end of that by putting the work in. And the work might mean, even though you're doing it physically, the work might mean that's transforming in your mental body, in your emotional body, in your spiritual body, okay? What you can do, the advice here is going to be to do some meditation, to start to really, really tune in to the real deepest you of your authentic you who knows more than you realize, you know? You know those occasions where you have the ability to surprise yourself, you know? You have the ability to suddenly, out of nowhere, you say something, you do something that you actually, if you'd given it too much thought, you wouldn't have done it, but you acted on intuition, you acted on impulse, okay? And then you surprise yourself, and you're like, oh my goodness, I learned something from myself, okay? That's where all the knowledge is, okay? Your lost wisdom, your hidden secrets are within you, and that is literally about understanding how you can really manifest and be magical in your approach to life by releasing these resentments about money. Okay, this release is coming with this transformation, and with that you are going to start to step into your warrior woman. You are going to start to really understand what you're being called to do. And it ain't nothing to do with money. Yes, money might be a byproduct. It might come with it. Success might come with it. Status might even come with it. But your calling, the thing that you're fighting for by really being true to yourself, is going to really be the driving forward force of this work, okay? And that's where prosperity lies. Now with this, it doesn't mean it's going to be particularly easy. Transformations, change are always things that we tend to kind of... we don't really enjoy. There's very few people out there who enjoy change, because we always get used to a certain familiarity, and it's very difficult to move on from that, okay? And I know that this is what's going to be happening because we've got the embracing card. So I feel like there's deep, deep healing coming in, deep healing and wisdom that's coming in by able to let go, release, and with that you might feel emotional, okay? You might feel like you just need to spend a few days in bed. Do it, absolutely do it, because what's what's coming for you in the future is going to be so worth it, so worth it. If you're able to release and let go of those difficult, and literally all they are, perspectives, just a matter of perspective. If you're able to change your perspective, release the old perspectives, and don't start blaming others for teaching you the wrong way or making you think a certain way. It's not up to them. They went through their own, okay? It's like a soul, it's a karmic chain that you have the ability to actually stop and reinvent for yourself. It's your responsibility to see things in a new light, to really change your perspective on things. And I see it happening for you, because the prosperity card lies ahead. It's there, it's happening for you. You are going to be finding your deepest calling, but you can only do that from looking within, okay? Doing some meditation, working on your inner healing. So meditation, writing down lists about belief systems that you feel, of energies that have been holding you back. Because when you really put the work in, you are going to start to have a bit more clarity. You see those two swords that are crossing her heart over there, and she only needs the one sword. She's moving forward and she knows exactly where she's going, okay? She's not blinded like this one was, but it was reversed. So you're coming out of that. You're coming out of that. So it's a beautiful thing that you're experiencing. You are coming out, you are transforming out of an old paradigm where limiting beliefs or negative beliefs that you need to suffer or be in pain in order to feel fulfilled and successful, that's over, that's done. You're done with that. You're done with that. And it's coming in from spirit anyway. So even if you tried, you might still have a few hiccups of that. And even if you try to kind of avoid it, you can't. It's coming in. It's coming in. You're at that stage. You're at that level, okay? But you need to be able to be open. You need to give yourself permission to just cry it out, to let it out in whichever way that works for you, because you've got to face those old systems that are not working for you. You really pull them out. You know, it's like digging into a healed wound, okay? There's scar tissue there, but you're going to grab the knife and you're going to go in. And I know this is quite a horrible visual image here, but you're going to get right in there. You're going to take it out and you're going to have to see it for what it is and thank it. Absolutely thank that scar for everything it taught you, because it's brought you to the place now of really understanding, well, now I actually have all the wisdom within me. I know about manifestation. I know about how to create my own happiness, my fulfillment. I know what my deep calling is. I feel rejuvenated from knowing myself that much more. And I no longer need to worry about money or worry about status or worry about what other people think of me, because this is, if I'm true to myself, that is all that matters, and everything and all the blessings and all the abundance will become aligned with me when I do so. So that is a new thing that is happening. This is a new beginning for you. You're getting rid of these old paradigms. You're stepping into the new, and prosperity lies ahead. And it will show up in the physical world, okay, once you work inside. So very, very exciting for you. I'm so pleased. I really hope this helps you. I wish you lots and lots of luck and with this eclipse that's coming up. And please, if you like the video, if it resonated, please like, subscribe and comment, and best of luck. I'll see you next time. Bye.